Is life boring? Try these simple habits to make every day exciting. Have you ever woken up in the morning, looked at your phone, scrolled for a while, and then thought, what's the point of today? It feels just like yesterday. Boring, repetitive, meaningless. If that sounds like you, I want you to stop for a moment. Take a deep breath, because this video is made especially for you. Let me share a short story. A young man named Arjun lived a life many of us can relate to. He had a job, he had responsibilities, he had everything normal. But inside, he felt empty. Every day was just a copy-paste of the last one. Wake up, eat, work, sleep. Wake up, eat, work, sleep. He used to think, is this all life is about? Is this how I'm supposed to live until I die? One day, sitting in his small apartment, staring at the ceiling, he asked himself a life-changing question. What if the problem is not life itself, but the way I'm living it? That question changed everything. Because the truth is this, life itself is not boring. Life is a gift. Life is an adventure. But when we stop growing, when we stop noticing the small joys, when we let routines control us instead of us controlling them, that's when life starts to feel dull. But let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you felt truly alive? Think back carefully. Maybe it was a family trip where you laughed without worry. Maybe it was the day you achieved something small but meaningful. Or maybe it was a random evening with friends when you felt like time stood still. The truth is, those moments weren't accidental. They were created by engagement, by connection, by presence. Somewhere along the way, you and I started rushing through life. We became so busy chasing money, chasing comfort, or simply surviving, that we forgot how to truly live. And this is where boredom sneaks in. It doesn't come suddenly. It creeps in slowly. At first, it's just a little sigh when you wake up. Then it's a lack of excitement when you think about your plans. And eventually, it's that heavy thought, every day is the same. What's the point? But I promise you, if you're watching this right now, it means there's still a spark inside you, a spark waiting to be ignited. And in the next few minutes, you and I will work together to bring back that fire. But in this video, here on Knowledge Hub Factory, I'm going to take you on a journey. Together, we'll explore why life feels boring, why so many of us feel stuck, and most importantly, how you can break free from that cycle. I will give you simple, practical habits that can transform your ordinary days into extraordinary ones. Stay with me till the end, because this might be the shift you've been waiting for. Background and meaning. Let's begin with a simple truth. Boredom is not always about what's happening around you. It's about what's happening inside you. Think about it. Two people can live in the same city, work in similar jobs, and face similar challenges. One of them feels miserable, while the other feels alive and excited. What's the difference? It's their perspective, their habits, and the way they engage with life. Boredom often comes when we're living on autopilot. Imagine driving a car on the same route every single day. At some point, you stop noticing the road. You stop noticing the trees, the shops, the people. You're just moving without living. That's exactly how many of us live our lives. But life is not meant to be autopilot. Life is meant to be conscious, intentional, and full of meaning. Let's take some real examples. Think about Steve Jobs. Before he started Apple, he dropped out of college. His life could have been boring and meaningless. But instead, he took interest in a calligraphy class, something small that most people would ignore. That small interest later inspired the beautiful fonts and designs of Apple computers. A simple choice turned into a revolutionary impact. Or think about Malala Yousafzai. Her early life could have been limited to her small village routine, but she chose to speak up for education. Today, she is a symbol of courage and inspiration. What do these examples teach us? That life becomes exciting when you choose to engage with it differently. Maybe right now, your life feels like a blank page. But what if, instead of complaining, you start writing a story on it? Here's something you must understand. Boredom is not your enemy, it's a signal. It's life's way of telling you, wake up, do something, change something, create something. Let's make this idea of boredom even clearer with a simple example. Imagine a child playing with a toy car. At first, the car excites him. He laughs, he runs around, he creates imaginary roads. But after a week, he gets bored. Why? Did the toy change? No. What changed was the way he engaged with it. Life is just like that toy. It's not life that becomes boring, it's our way of interacting with it that loses creativity. Here's something powerful to think about. If you treat your work as just a paycheck, it will feel boring. If you treat it as a skill to master, a way to serve others, or a platform to grow, it becomes meaningful. If you treat exercise as a chore, it will feel exhausting. If you treat it as a celebration of your body's strength, it becomes exciting. So, meaning is not found, it's created. And the way we attach meaning to ordinary things is the difference between living a boring life and living a joyful one. Psychologists even say that boredom is often linked to a lack of challenge. Our brain craves progress. When we stop learning or trying, life feels dull. That's why students hate school sometimes, not because learning is bad, but because they feel disengaged. That's why many adults hate their jobs, not because work is evil, but because they've stopped growing in it. The solution is simple, yet powerful. Reframe your perspective. Ask yourself, what can I learn here? How can I grow here? How can I make this more meaningful? Once you do this, the same ordinary life starts to feel extraordinary. Struggles and misconceptions now. Let's talk about the struggles you face. The first struggle is comparison. You scroll through social media and see people traveling, smiling, buying things, enjoying life. You think, why is their life exciting while mine feels so boring? But remember, social media is a highlight reel, not real life. Behind those perfect pictures, people have the same boring routines, the same struggles, the same emptiness. The difference is, they only show you the good parts. The second struggle is fear of change. Many people know their life feels boring, but they are afraid to do something different. They think, what if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I waste my time? Let me tell you the truth. Staying the same is the biggest waste of time. Imagine being 80 years old, looking back, and realizing you lived the same year 60 times. That's not living, that's existing. The third struggle is waiting. People wait for something magical to happen, a new job, a new relationship, a big opportunity. They think happiness will arrive in the future, but happiness doesn't arrive, it's built, daily, by you. Let me share a real story. A woman named Lisa worked in an office for years. Every day she followed the same boring routine. But one day, instead of going home and watching TV, she joined a local painting class. That small decision didn't just add color to her evenings, it added joy to her entire life. Today, she sells her art online and inspires others. Her job didn't change. Her house didn't change. Her routine didn't change much. But she changed. This is proof that you don't need a new life. You just need new habits, new choices, new ways of looking at the same life. Let me share another misconception people have. They believe excitement has to come from big things, travels, luxury, expensive lifestyles. But look closely at truly happy people. Their joy comes from small daily rituals. Think about it. A cup of coffee in the morning with your favorite music. A walk in the evening while watching the sunset. Laughing with your family at dinner. These are small, almost invisible moments, but they are the true essence of a happy life. Why do we miss them? Because we're too distracted. We're always looking at what others have instead of what we already have. Here's the raw truth. If you can't find joy in the ordinary, you'll never find it in the extraordinary. Because even extraordinary things eventually become ordinary if repeated enough. Travel the world, and after a while, it will feel normal. Buy a luxury car, and after a while, it will feel like just another vehicle. That's human nature, so the real challenge is not to chase bigger and bigger things, it's to learn how to fall in love with the small ones. Practical solutions and habits now. Let's get to the exciting part. What you can do to make life exciting. Again, here are some powerful habits that can transform your life. 1. Start your mornings differently. Don't begin your day with social media. Begin with gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for. It shifts your mind from lack to abundance. 2. Learn something new. Take 20 minutes daily to learn a new skill, a language, cooking, music, coding, anything. Growth brings excitement. 3. Move your body. Exercise, dance, walk, do something physical. Movement changes your energy. 4. Break your routine. Go to a different cafe. Take a new route. Try a new hobby. Small changes break monotony. 5. Connect with people. Call an old friend. Join a group. Talk to someone new. Relationships add meaning. 6. Create instead of consume. Don't just watch Netflix endlessly. Write, paint, record, build something. Creation fuels passion. 7. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to small details. The taste of your food, the sound of the birds, the smile of a stranger. Life is beautiful when noticed. 8. Set small challenges. Challenge yourself to read a book in 10 days. Run 5 kilometers or save money. Achievement creates joy. Look at Elon Musk. He didn't wake up one day and create rockets. He started with curiosity, small steps, experiments. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Her life was filled with struggles, but she turned them into opportunities by embracing growth every single day. Your life doesn't need to be full of huge adventures. It just needs to be full of intentional actions. Now, here's a golden rule. Don't try to change your whole life in one day. Many people get excited after hearing motivational advice and think, from tomorrow, I will exercise, read, meditate, eat healthy, write a journal, start a business. And then, after 3 days, they quit everything because it's overwhelming. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Just one. Stick with it for 30 days. Make it part of your identity. Then add another. Slowly, these habits will stack up and transform your life completely. This method is called habit stacking. It's the same principle successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists use. They don't try to win everything at once, they build step by step. So, if your life feels boring, don't panic. Start small, add one spark, then another, and soon, you'll realize you've lit a fire that never goes out. So let's return to the question we started with, is life boring? The real answer is this: life is not boring. Life is what you make of it. If you choose autopilot, it will feel empty. If you choose growth, gratitude, and small adventures, it will feel alive. Remember Arjun, the young man I told you about in the beginning. He started by making small changes, reading for 20 minutes daily, talking to new people, trying new hobbies. Within a year, he felt like a completely different person, not because his circumstances changed, but because his perspective and habits changed. And you can do the same. Let me leave you with 3 powerful reminders. Don't wait for excitement, create it. Don't underestimate small habits, they build big happiness. Don't live the same year 60 times, make every year a new chapter. Now it's your turn. From today, choose one new habit, just one. Stick with it, let it transform your days, and then, add more. Slowly, steadily, you'll see your boring life turning into an exciting adventure. Here at Knowledge Hub Factory, I believe your life has unlimited potential, and I'm here to remind you, you are not stuck, you are not boring. You are capable of joy, growth, and greatness. And let me leave you with this thought. Imagine your life as a book. Right now, maybe you're stuck in a chapter that feels slow, dull, uneventful. But here's the beauty: you are the author. You get to write the next page. Don't close the book thinking it's over. Don't assume the story is boring forever. Pick up the pen, add new characters, new twists, new colors. Create moments that future you will look back on and smile. Because one day, when you're older, you'll remember not the hours you spent scrolling on your phone, but the days you tried something new, the times you laughed deeply, the moments you dared to live. So, write your story boldly. Make it worth reading. Make it worth living. Life is not something to be endured. Life is something to be enjoyed. Don't just exist, live.